But here, let's hear from Emmy Award-winning former CBS investigative journalist Katherine Herridge, who left the network early this year and can now reveal how they refused to air the stories, the contents of that infamous Biden laptop until after the midterm elections.
I went to a lot of effort to get the cleanest copy of the laptop data, the same data that was provided to the FBI, because I didn't want to have any professional journalistic risk for CBS News. I wanted this thing to be totally locked down. When we did the story, we did it after the midterms. I argued against that because it was ready before the midterms. And my training is that you should always do the story when it's ready to go. You should not be dictated by the political cycle.
But Tia, the story was good to go. It was ready, but they didn't want to run it before the midterms.
It's an absolute scandal, Rita. What you have here is a news organization pretending to be objective and actually literally carrying water for one of the candidates and one of the parties and one of the sides in this two-party system here. And when you think about the fact that CBS ran one of the presidential or the vice presidential debate, right? Like, how can this be? How can we allow this to stand where the media has chosen a side when it is their job to help the American people choose what is best for them? And you just see this in time and time again. You know, CBS just got caught doing it. But if you think that the journalists at the New York Times and the Atlantic and the Washington Post and CNN and MSNBC are any different, they really aren't. 96% of journalists are Democrats, and it's a huge scandal.
It is, and it only gets worse. Here, Katherine explains CBS did not want to report on legitimate stories like the use of the N-word in these text messages.
Once we got the laptop story on the morning news, I felt that there was so much there that we could still do. For example, in the text messages, there's unfortunately the use of the N-word, the liberal use of the N-word. And I thought this was worthy of a story, but I was told that it was not something that interested CBS News. Then I asked for a forensic review of the laptop, and we found that there were more than half a dozen emails that were likely used by Joe Biden. I thought that was a story.